Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem HaKakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, the GMS, the rule of well. Salutations, peace, blessings to the Akim, to the Akwaf tuning in, and to Israelite foreigners. This is Shaquaka Ra from GMS, Virginia. And going to land back off Elder Karatazaba from Baltimore. My man's right here. And pretty much who you see is Tariq Nasheed. And we're gonna let the video play. So bear with me.
Because that's what haters want. They want shine. But the haters, nobody was paying attention to them. That's the thing. Some of the haters, nobody was even paying attention to them. One group of haters, some of those Hebrew Israelite dudes. Did y'all see those dudes? Some of the Hebrew Israelites that was way down on the other side, just kind of making some noise and just kind of trying to be disruptive, but nobody was paying attention to them because they had to back up all of our space. We had that whole. We had a permit for the whole spot, so what was permitted, they had to get the hell on off of it. So they had to back up, so nobody even heard them, but they were on some anti-reparations things. I saw somebody interview them, and they were like, we don't need reparations, we need Jesus to get us reparations from these crackers. Oh, God, it's plebiscite babble. Oh, it was some plebiscite babble. They talking about Jesus is going to be the reparations. I swear they were talking some stupid shit like that. How we gonna try to get these crackers to give us some reparations? This cracker is Esau and the devil. Read Genesis verse 7 and the word.
I'm gonna stop it right there. And yeah, you hear him, Tariq Nasheed. One thing, he brings out some good points about the catastrophe that's happened on our people, atrocities, the things that Esau did to our people, the so-called white man. So the thing about it is now, he talks about reparations. So what's the point of giving people reparations if the mind is gone? Now I'm going to bring forth a couple scriptures. Bear with me one moment. Cleanse his way first. Let me get that. Cleanse his way. Because our people are filthy. Their mindset is set, fully driven, set to do evil. So Psalms 119:9. Wherewith shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. Again, bros see the state that Jake is in. Self-hatred. Hatred towards. Matter of fact, well, I'm just going to go to the law. I'm going to go to Exodus 20. So, go to Exodus real quick. Go to the Ten Commandments. You have 613 of them. So, this is the mindset of Jake. And this is why, if you don't wake up, you don't repent, money will do nothing for you. So Exodus 20:1, and Yahweh speak all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Our people don't even know that much. So where you going if you don't know your past? How the fuck you gonna get anywhere in life where you don't even know? The scripture says wisdom and knowledge and understanding should be the like stability. You don't know who you are as a nation. You don't know why you're over here. You don't know why the the sword strike that was given unto us, blown to us, you don't know why it happened. So again, if you don't understand, your history, what the hell will money do for you, but make you just do worse. Like for instance, you're gonna give a crackhead money. So we understand that Christianity was worse than crack. Heroin, fentanyl, drugs, meth, heroin. So you're gonna give, people that were taught to be coons, servants, slaves mentally. You're gonna give them money. Then you're gonna give people that have low self-esteem, self-hatred, hatred towards the next person that look like you. You're gonna give them millions of dollars for what? Only thing that's gonna happen is just hey, that's like Elder Carot Desire said, hey, inflation, or hey, niggas is just gonna give the money right back to Esau. Esau created the money. Money's not fucking money. I was looking at Damon Dash video he did. He said some things that was on point. He went off saying some dumb shit too. But the point is, man, one thing he said that, real currency is love. And I was like, that's true. Because one of the most important laws that we have was to love ourselves. I mean, not love ourselves, Slacky. Was to love the power, love our power, love the Lord. I'm gonna just read it, Slacky, twisting up all these words. So it says, "Thou shalt have no other powers before me." Now, if you have that, if you don't have any other powers before you, we would never have gotten divided. So regardless of us, because one thing that's even being pushed, that I'm rich, I'm richer than you. You niggas is broke. You broke niggas sick. You make me sick. And this whole notion of, you give just because a nigga is on TV, he's something. Now he's a thing. And the average Jake, is nothing. He's a nobody. He's a measle. And that's pretty much been taught. But that's because Jake is all over the place. Verse 4, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For the Lord thy power, and my jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the father upon the children, to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me get the one that's in Matthew. Because pretty much Yahushua is, he said a handful. This pretty much hangs up the law. Bear with me one moment. I think they're Mark 12 and 30. Let me see. Let me jump down. So it says Mark 12 and 20. Let me see. Yeah, 29. And Yahushua answered him, the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. He spoke to Shema. And thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, your mind, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. So again, Jake got to get their minds right, man. Because, after all, because see, Jake has taken the spirit of Esau, and Esau has a great arrogant spirit. And Jake has taken his mindset that basically there's no humility in Jake. So now Jake doesn't even realize, because what's one thing that the Lord even, he ended at every speech, so to speak. Remember that was a slave in Egypt as well. So you won't get this arrogant mindset. Basically, you get a level head and a cool head. You remember, let me check myself, let me be meek, let me stay humble. Because I was a slave too. So it says, and the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. Shalak, you should reading a little bit more. But yeah, first of all, and this is one of the main things why Jake is consumed. They serve other powers. They love themselves. They don't they don't even know who their power is. Their battery source, and they hate themselves and they hate each other. So again, you got this whole notion that niggas, when a nigga get a little bit of something, his whole process and mental state is to get something so he can shit on another Jake that look like him. Thus, the term "I'm a shit on niggas," and I've heard this plenty times throughout my life. Jake has this envy, vendetta, a vengeance towards his own people that cause him grief. So when they get a little bit of money, they always say, "Yo, I got to do this so I can make the women that played me, the niggas that said all that, I'm gonna make them, eat their words, so to speak." But a nigga never ever, but a nigga will never ever say, I'm gonna do this because of E or Esau, the so-called white man, etc. There's always their own people. So Jake is in a pitiful case. So it says Isaiah 1 through 5. Isaiah 1, 5 through 7. And another thing too, man, it gets to the point when it comes back to rebuilding of a nation, your own people. And this is why that's called, the book, the first Maccabees, the Maccabees. And you really got to read that. That's a very powerful book. It's been a while since I read it. Me personally, the Maccabees is one of those books that you cannot stop when you read it. It's vast. It goes into the Greek Empire, all the way to the Roman Empire. And there's a lot of, but my point is, the Maccabee brothers, one thing they had to do, they had to stand up for the nation. They were rebuilding and bringing back, what you call it, pretty much the remembrance of our power, standing up for the people. And one thing they had to do is they had to, oh shit, my bad, Salaki. You had Jakes that were sodomites in that time. You had Jakes that were coons that became Hellenized, that fled to Massa and trying to set up allegiance with Massa to destroy the Maccabee brothers. And even during that time, you also had the Maccabee brothers had to put down a lot of Jakes because they were fucking wicked. Now, see, anytime, and that's another thing too. When you talk to a lot of these Jakes, man, they think they got it all together. They try to talk these little witty fucking words. But the point is, any man that know, really knows something, it really has any common sense, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, knows in order to have peace, it has to be war. And it's a lot of your own people you have to put down, even the children. And that comes with the territory, because we are at war. Here it is. Esau has been over us for many years, over 400 years. So this is a strict, a strategic blow that has been given to our people. Our minds are gone. So Isaiah 1:5, why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. Exactly. It can't nothing come from Jake. If the Lord, it goes back into the scripture. If the Lord did not give thee the light to see, ears to hear, you're through. If the Lord didn't call you, you're through. From the sole of the foot even to the head, there is no soundness in it. Hey, remember, the Lord called us the valley of dry bones. But wounds and bruises and putrefying sores, Slaki, they have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. Yeah. Because, every time, Slaki, because every time, Jake wanted to rouse up, or, Jake was kind of remembering himself, thinking about, this can't be right, this can't be life. What did Esau do? Came in with another blow. Start giving our people gifts. Started setting up engines for destruction. More self-hatred, more pain and agony. So your country is desolate. Our people, like I said, when you really look at, if you do your research, it's actually so-called, Tariq Nasheed has this notion that, he's, another Marcus Garvey approach. But the thing is, man, you actually had certain countries in Africa that said, yo, you so-called Black American, come on over here. So, my thing is, why are you, you so-called, you African strong, black, what is it, black, red, and what's that shit, the African color, red, blue, and black, fish in the air, Kemet, African, Pan-African, we African. Why are you still here? It's country that has opened up their doors basically for you to come over. So it says your country desolate. Our people don't even know where our country, where we are from, which way or how we got over here. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour in your presence. Yeah, here it is. You got the small hats, Amalek, that has taken our identity and beat his identity into you. Thus, black, African, colored, Negro, Puerto Rican, spick, wetback, etc. And it is desolate and overthrown by strangers. And these heathens rule over us. Moab and the other nations, Ishmael, Ammon, Ham, come right in our neighborhoods and destroy us and make money off of us. Well, we have become a reproach, a byword, and we are mocked. So let me see something. True riches. Let me see something real quick. But it's lucky too, man, not being so savvy into these this technology. Let me see real quick. Is it? Let me see. Damn. Let me find it. Sirach. It's one particular I want. Oh yeah, this one. This is good right here. But it's not what I want, but this is good. Sirach 40:25. Gold and silver maketh the foot stand sure. Just like you go into Ecclesiastes, money is a defense. So I understand where you're coming from. Jake get a lot of money. Oh, da da da. Nah, it's not gonna do anything. It starts with the mind process, because you got to remember, even going back to Damon Dash's video, all our life we've been taught we were nobodies, we were fucking low lives, we were heathens, we were niggas, we were spicks, wetbacks, our color, was wrong. A lot of us still had that mindset, especially due to our bad parenting, because our parents didn't know anything. Our parents still have a lot of bad, trauma, which was passed down to us. So a lot of our parents has a lot of self hatred. So you still got your grandmother that still attack you with words because your hair, because of your hair, your skin texture. You got certain grandmothers and moms that be like, your black ass, your nappy headed ass, your bow headed ass. And that verbal abuse is real. And a lot of people can sit there and say, oh, everything, words don't hurt, but shit, let you go on Esau's court and start talking some words. Esau will lock your ass up. I don't give a damn. All right. So everybody always be like, let certain words fly, but let an officer come down the street and you say some foul shit out your mouth towards a cop, he might fuck you up, man. So again, if you haven't really dealt and cleanse yourself, or because it all starts with the mind. It starts with your eye. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I'll come back to that. Let that eye be single. So it says, Matthew 6:22, the light of the body is the eye, and therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. That's right. But it said, but if thy mind be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? So again, man, if your mind not right, you get $30 million. It's going to be nothing but evil that's going to come forth out of that money. It's just going to be more bloodshed, robbery, blowing up of the money. Then Jacob, it's going to feel even more worse. And again, it's nothing will come from it. It is going to be more heartache and pain. Jake is going to blow that money. Then he's going to go for the next Jake. He's going to rob the next Jake. Chaos will erupt. And there's going to be a lot of wickedness. Women, the so-called black woman, she's just going to become worse. More drugs, more drug use. More just, vanity. And that's one thing that's stricken our people. Complete vanity. You read the book of Ecclesiastes, and it'll tell you about, pretty much the use of life is, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Lord, and then you being content. It's like going to a Proverbs 30, the 30th chapter. So it says, no, that's not what I wanted. Going back to this. But it said, but counsel is esteemed above them both, Let me see something real quick. Salaki real quick. This is I'm gonna end it with this. Sirach 30 and 15. Health and good estate of the body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. And again, if you're plagued, your mind ain't right, your body will fall. If in order to move or go forward, your mental state has to be intact. If you don't know your past, you can't move forward. And again, I can't remember who I spoke to recently. Recently, man. Oh yeah. God knowing the world. Me and him was talking about the children. Kids. And he was pretty much saying because he has two sons. Typical messed up. Situation. He's a Jake that he does a little bit. He does eye for himself. He has a crib, and But my point is, he was saying about how he can't raise his kids because the mother, and and they go to the school systems, and all they teach is, he said his son had told him that dad, all we learn in school is that we are slaves, and see, even that alone, he's nothing but a little kid. Now, hearing that since a little kid, and I'm gonna tell you something too, and I never forget. That's why I had a lot of anger growing up too, and a lot of resentment toward these Edomites. And I listen to a lot of so-called Rastafarian reggae music, Benjamite music. Because when I was in school, all I heard, I was a slave. Then another thing what Esau did was they try to tell you that your own people sold you, for musket and guns and et cetera, et cetera. So that's another blow. That's more hatred. That's you be like, oh, well, my own people sold me into y'all, and that pretty much had to make it seem like, yeah. So since it was kind of good that we got y'all, we kind of civilized you. But again, if you don't know the truth, let me get that real quick. I'm gonna end it with this. You should know the truth. Truth shall set you free. Again, man, Slock for not being too savvy with this phone. I'm not really the greatest with these phones or technology. So I said John 8:32. It's kind of really like learning how to do a lot of things on these phones, and even speak a little bit clearly and better. But call all your Bashkian Shah. But John 8:32, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. I'm gonna end it with that. And again, I'm gonna go back to the what you see, the nigga Tariq Nasheed. Again, he talks about money. But again, if your mind not right, man, you're not going nowhere. Money doesn't. I mean, damn, you don't have many rappers. Even I'm not trying to say that they're the prophets or anything, but even they say more money, more problems, man. Money does not buy you fucking happiness. And you would think that Jake would learn this by now, with these so-called black entertainers. Them niggas not happy, man. But with that, hey, I'm gonna say shalom.